Hello ladies, it's Melissa Fietsam, and today we're going to talk about recruiting tips for your 31 business. So I have my cheat sheet here that I will be referring to often because there's a lot of ideas on here. So we are going to start with the party. So how to start recruiting at your party. So I really want to talk about flipping your hostesses, which means turning them into a consultant before their party instead of just a hostess. So I truly think that you should be asking every single hostess before their party if they would like to turn this into their launch party instead. I have a ton of consultants on my own team who are doing awesome because they turned their party into their launch party instead. Now obviously you have to have a balance of sales and hostesses, so if you don't have that many parties on the books, you don't want to flip all your hostesses, but definitely pick and choose and start thinking about asking those hostesses before their party. So the one thing at the party, I'll be making a video on my guest packets for my party. The one thing that I did was take Bridget's flyer. Bridget Edwards made this flyer for our team, and I put it on the front of my binder. So it talks about the kit, nice and bold, and then it talks about booking a party. So these are the two most important things that I want to focus on at my parties. So it's bright and bold in the front. They're going to see the information on the enrollment kit as soon as they get it. Now the next thing is, let me flip through here. So during my party presentation, I walk through this form right here. This is our recruiting flyer for the party. So I walk through this and I say during my presentation, I want to tell you all about the kit because I love to talk about my job. So here's your enrollment kit for $99. You get everything in this picture, and let's just say our hostess Sally tonight was to sign up before she submitted her party. So she's going to get this entire enrollment kit right here. And then with her launch party, now if you book your launch party next month, I will come host your launch party for you. And you're going to earn one of these kits in the middle. If you turn in an average party, which is about $600, you're going to get to pick one of those kits for free. And for your first 4 months as a consultant, you get to choose one of these kits. You get to pick up to 4 of these kits just by turning in an average party in each 30-day period for 4 months. So, and then when we hold your launch party next month, you're also going to get $150 in cold hard cash. So you can use that to pay bills. You can pay yourself back for the kit that you just had, and you're going to have 50 bucks left over. You can use that for bills. You can use it for a car payment, those extra curricular activities with the kids, anything that you want. But this is what 31 can do for you. It's pretty cool. So then I tell them to flip to the next page, and this is the Ask Me About My Job form. So I have a bunch of questions on here, and I have some business cards that are basically blank on the other side, and I tell them about my job and how much I love to talk about it. You have 3 minutes to ask me anything that you want about my job. And when you do, you're going to get a ticket for a prize. And if you don't know what to ask, or you just want to earn a prize, go ahead and look at your cheat sheet here. There's lots of questions you can ask. So by doing this and then this, I've showed them everything they can get, and then I've listed a bunch of questions. And let me tell you, they ask the questions on the sheet. and it stirs up a conversation in the room on people that you wouldn't think would be asking questions, but they do. So it really gets a conversation going about recruiting. If you're not doing this, I highly suggest that you start putting this into your presentation at your party. That has been very, very successful for me. At checkout with your hostess. Now, Bridget Edwards had a survey that she made, and I loved it because it showed all the hostess benefits and they got to pick out what they wanted. And then at the end, it not only asked them if they wanted to book a party for the next catalog season, but it also asked them if they were interested in becoming a 31 consultant. So it was just reinforcing that question of, hey, you had your party, you had fun, are you interested in more information about becoming a consultant? So I really like that and plan to implement that into my own business, so I wanted to tell you about that. When you're doing your Facebook events for your hostesses, make sure that you are putting some kind of recruiting information into that Facebook event. Do not leave the recruiting opportunity out of that Facebook event. And then every hostess packet that you make should have the opportunity brochure. So make sure that you're putting that information into your hostess packets. And then also, if you do fundraiser packets, you want to put some type of information into those multiple fundraiser packets that you're sending out to those people also. So now we're going to move to the conversation. So basically, just when you're having conversations with people, you want to make sure that you are listening. Ask them if they tell you that they're interested in joining 31, you want to ask them what they would like to get out of 31. And an easy way to do that is to say, what would you do with an extra $300 a month? Asking that question will get you the answer to what they need in their life. And when you tie that conversation, that recruiting conversation, to what they want to get out of it, you're going to turn the tables. It's all about them. It is not about you. So you need to stop shoving 31 information down their throat, the career path and all these things. Don't start talking about all of that. You want to figure out how you can help them. And you don't know how you can help them unless you ask them. So it's really important to ask those people, so tell me something. What would you do with an extra $300 a month? That is a very important question that could seal the deal when you're having that conversation with them. So you can tell them how you can help them do that with 31. Listen to people and conversation. It's all about listening. It is not about talking. It is about listening, every bit of it. So listen to people's conversations when you're at the party and you're out and about having those conversations. You know, when I'm at a party, I am all ears. I am listening to every single conversation that I can. So when somebody is saying, man, Johnny's baseball fees are killing me, or Dan just got laid off, those types of things go off in my head as, you know what, I could really help them. So at checkout, when I'm talking to someone, or maybe even a follow-up conversation that I put in a message to them, or a thank you note that I put in them, you know, I heard you talking about Johnny getting, or Dan getting laid off. Have you ever thought about, you know, becoming a 31 consultant and maybe helping out with bills for a little while? So just that question, just throwing that out there and letting them know that you were listening, and you can tie it to those information, those little nuggets of information that you heard, might trigger something. You know, I did think about it, or I was thinking about it, but I just don't think I can do it. Then that opens the door to that conversation. So basically, just listen. It's that easy. Just listen to the conversations around you at the party. So the other thing, if somebody's ordering something in the enrollment kit, so let's say that somebody was asking a lot of questions during the Ask Me About My Job game. And then they have on their order form a Benjamin wallet and a organizing utility tote. Well, those two things are in the enrollment kit, right? You should know the products in your enrollment kit, because you can turn around and say, you know, this is $35 and this is $48. You're already only $20 away from getting the entire enrollment kit. And really making this work for you. We can set up your launch party like I talked about, and then, you know, you'll get paid back at your launch party for your kit, and you're going to have the two products you want anyway. So really know the products in your enrollment kit. And then people always ask me, well, what do you do about that taking orders away from your hostess? I basically just tell my hostesses that if somebody signs up, I'll give them a $20 credit at their launch party. So that helps them to get something out of their friend enrolling. And then I had one more over here. Okay, so we are trained in our brains to think booking, booking, booking. So when someone says, I really want that bag, but I just can't afford it right now, we automatically go, boom, you should host a party. But why? Why don't you think about the real problem here? They don't have any money. Wouldn't it be better to say, you know what, 31 can help you with that? Why don't we have your launch party? We can figure out a way to get you started and get you that money so you can have all these nice bags that you want, and some extra spending money to boot. So I want you to think about turning that conversation when somebody immediately says, I can't afford that. Don't automatically say booking. Try to go for, you know, 31 can help you with the fact that you don't have the money to buy what you want. And then if they say no to that, then you can say, and you can always book a party too. So, but start out with recruiting. So that's my tip on the conversations. So let's talk about social media. Your Facebook opportunity events. You should be holding Facebook opportunity events if your team is not holding them. Now, Team Trendy does them for the entire downline, but if you don't have somebody that's doing that for you, do it yourself. There are so many scripts out there, it's not even funny. In fact, I have a script on my blog that anybody can use. So you really don't have an excuse to hold one of those every single month. So all month long, while you're talking to people and you're going to parties, let them know, hey, I have an opportunity event coming up. I would love to get you added. Or if you had that conversation somewhere during the month, you can simply say to them, you know, when you're getting ready to hold that Facebook opportunity event, you can message them and say, hey, you know, I remember you said something. I have this event and I would love to get you added to it. So you have to take a proactive, you know, step in your own business to start that recruiting conversation and hold those Facebook events on a regular basis, same time, same day, every single month, so that you can do that and do it for your whole downline. If you have team members under you, you want to start doing it for them also. I highly suggest you doing an opportunity video, and you can Google my name and 31 or become a consultant or something like that, and you're going to find opportunity videos. So you just basically tell them what you would tell them at a party about enrolling and becoming a consultant. That is such a good video to have on hand. Answer some frequently asked questions about joining 31, so that if somebody asked you for more information, you can also send them that video. It's really great for them to see you and hear your voice and your passion for the company. And you know, some people are just visuals, so when they finally get to see your face, what if it was a home office lead and they've never met you? That's a really great way to do it. So if you don't have an opportunity video, I highly suggest that you do that. Get more people into your Facebook customer group for a lasting relationship. And you're going to say, well, what does that have to do with, you know, recruiting? Well, the more people that you get in front of, the more people that you're going to recruit. So it should be a top priority of yours to always be growing your Facebook customer group. And there are a million different ways that you can do that, but I'm telling you right now, if one of your main focuses isn't adding people to your customer group, you're missing out. Because like I said, the more people that you get in front of, the more people you're going to recruit. I also send a thank you graphic that is a text message to anyone who orders or attends a party of mine. Now in that thank you note, so say somebody orders online, I go and I send them a thank you text with my picture, and it says your order will arrive in 2 weeks or whatever. You can actually Google my name, Melissa Fietsam, and text message thank you, and you'll find that graphic. But it has the enrollment kit at the bottom of that thank you message, and I have gotten recruits from sending that thank you with the enrollment kit. It says, ask me about more information on how this kit changed my life. The other thing is that when I send that thank you graphic, I actually put a link to my customer Facebook group, and I tell them that they can join that also. So by doing that, I'm giving them information about the kit whether they ask for it or not, and I'm trying to get them added to my customer Facebook group for that lasting relationship. CNC events, I want to tell you that if you can, make sure it's okay with your director, but if you have a potential recruit, make sure that you ask if you can take her to the event. It doesn't hurt to get her into an environment with a bunch of 31 women and take her to that that Better Together event of ours that we hold. Okay, now let's talk about keeping track of your recruits. Because I will tell you that in the beginning of my 31 career, I failed miserably. I would get leads all over the place, and I would write them down on a piece of paper, or I would forget to write them down at all, or I had them in a message and just didn't put it somewhere, or they filled out a door prize slip and I never put their information somewhere. I'm telling you right now, you need a notebook. You need a notebook that has 3 partitions, and it should be something like cold leads and warm leads and hot leads. Now, your cold leads are somebody said that they were interested, but then when you had that conversation, they were like, no, not right now. I don't want to deal with this right now. So those cold leads, you're going to follow up like maybe once a catalog, okay? Your warm leads are somebody that, like, you know, I got some things going on right now, maybe in a couple of months. Those you're going to follow up with about every 3 months. Now, your hot leads, you are going to follow up once a month. And Chana Hampton is one of our new consultants who's getting ready to qualify. And she's a great example. She is over in Okinawa. And she found me and started asking me some questions. I think it took her probably about 4, maybe 5 months, I don't remember, to enroll. And she will tell you that I messaged her once a month and just said, hey, just checking in on you. I didn't want you to think that I forgot about you. We have this opportunity event, or da-da-da-da. I just checked in. I wasn't pushy. I didn't shove anything down her throat. If something new came up in the company, I made sure to share it with her. But that was a monthly thing that I checked in with her. And, you know, she said it wasn't bothering her. It made her feel like I wasn't forgetting about her, and I was really interested in her joining our team. So that you need to keep track of every single person who ever expresses interest in joining. Okay, so your team. I use OneDrive, and that is a great tool for me. It's just like Dropbox. It has files that you can share. So I have an actual folder for my team that has all the recruiting information that 31 has, and some of our own, into a folder. And in that folder, I can share one link, and I can share all the information that I want about 31. They can download all the files, they can look through them, and get back to me on their time. So instead of sending them 15 files, I'm just sending them a link. Like, this is something that I can actually text someone. So this is a really great thing for you to look into. Again, I use OneDrive. You can also use Dropbox. But anyways, this is something that you want to make available to your team if you have a team, because your team doesn't know how to recruit or what to say. Some of them are afraid to recruit, but if you make this tool available, it's not only going to save you time, it's going to save them time and worry, and it's something that they can have always. So if somebody texts me and says, oh my gosh, I have this girl and she's asking me questions about enrolling, what do? I say, send her this link, and it has everything she needs about the opportunity, and it's all blank information in there. It doesn't have any of my information. It's all just blank information for my team. So that's a really great idea too. You want to create some type of new consultant training. Now, whether it's a series of emails or contacts, or it doesn't matter what you do, but you need to make sure that you have something that your new consultants are getting into. And if your upline does that for you, great, you don't need to do anything. But make sure that you can brag about the fact that your team is going to take care of your new consultants, because to those new consultants signing up, that's very important that they know that they're going to be supported. And on the other hand of that, when you're having that recruiting conversation with someone, you really want to make sure that you talk about your team. Let me get you added to our team page so you can take a look at all the support that you will have. Because the number one fear that women have is failing. And when you show them the amount of support that they have within your team and you, that's going to make a big difference. So make sure that you're letting them know that they have a support system, and show it to them before they even sign up. Get them added to the team page and say, here you go, welcome to our team, and take a peek around and ask me if you have any questions. It can be just another touch point on those hot leads that you have. Another thing that you want to do is you want to promote to senior consultant. If you're not a senior consultant yet, you need to be, because you're going to get those home office leads. You will get up to 5 home office leads every single month. So these are people who go to the 31 website and they say, I don't have a consultant, but I want one. And then they kick those leads out to our senior consultants and above. Now I just had a home office lead last month enroll, Katie, and she just had her launch party this weekend, getting ready to hit her first start swell. So those home office leads are huge when it comes to building your business. And if you're a director or a senior consultant and you're not hitting those numbers to get those, that needs to be your number one priority, because you never know. I know some of those leads, it's an off and on kind of thing. You never know, but you know, just because you don't know, I mean, it's all what you make of it. So if you're not getting those home office leads, you're guaranteed you're not getting anything. But if you are getting those home office leads, you never know what's going to happen. I've gotten $200 orders quite a few times from those home office leads. So you really need to make sure that you're pushing to either become a senior consultant or to be meeting those qualifications every single month in order to receive those home office leads. So that is just about all I have when it comes to recruiting. I've talked your head off for 25 minutes now, so I'm going to let you go, but take all that advice, listen to this again, because I know it was a lot of information, but it's really becoming focused 100%. Everything that you do in your business from the start to the finish has to have some recruiting component in it. Recruiting is my main focus in my business, so every single thing that I do has recruiting weaved into it somewhere. And that's where you have to get your mindset when it comes to it. I refuse to go any month without a new consultant on my team. It is just something I'm not willing to accept so I make it that big priority, and that's what makes the difference, and that's what makes me successful in recruiting, is because it is my focus. So there's your recruiting tips. I hope this helps.